I'm Lorenzo Washington with Jefferson Street Sound. I came to Jefferson Street in 2010. I came to Jefferson Street with the intent of revitalizing or bringing back the excitement and the music that was on Jefferson Street years ago. And I was asked, now why do you want to even try that? I said, well, this is something that I saw Berry Gordy do in Detroit. And knowing that all of the great acts that was on Jefferson Street in the clubs back in the day just inspired me to try to do something else, to try and bring this thing back to Jefferson Street, to enhance. I said, this, matter of fact, this is the only street that we can actually identify with as far as it being our street. When I say our street, people of color. Back in the day, there were clubs from 4th Avenue all the way to 32nd Avenue, up and down Jefferson Street. And I call this, I got this tree that I put together, that I designed. Dr. Morgan Hines is the person that actually drew the picture. I had a lot of help with this tree from Marion James, Richard Manson, Agnes Scott, Don Adams. Everybody pitched in to help put this tree together. And it took us about a year of research to actually put this tree together. And this tree consists of all of the clubs that was, some of the clubs that was on Jefferson Street back in the day, and a lot of the artists that played in those clubs. I was inspired to do this after researching the artists and the clubs and club owners that was on Jefferson Street. So, and my biggest inspiration to come over here and do what I'm doing was Berry Gordy. Now, Berry Gordy started Motown up in Detroit. Now, Berry Gordy didn't start with Aretha Franklin and Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. He started with the funk band. So when I got here, I first thought band. Later, I met Don Adams. Don Adams was a perfect band leader and artist and bass guitarist. Had a way of creating music that I hadn't really seen before. And so at that point I thought that this might just be the situation for the idea that I have as far as putting this music together here on Jefferson Street. Don Adams came in and we talked and we ventured, and the next thing we know, we've got other artists interested in what we're doing. And plus, he is the first artist that Jefferson Street Sound will release. So he is a partner, an artist, and a friend. So Don has stimulated what we're doing here at Jefferson Street Sound by creating music for Marion James and himself, which we've got a song on Marion James that I would like to be able to release pretty soon here. It's called Back in the Day, and it kind of works with this tree. You know, all the things stand alone. But it would be nice to get this song released pretty soon. Don Adams will be releasing his album in mid to late November, which I feel like we've got 2 or 3 good hit songs on his album. We've got a studio here. The studio's upstairs. We're recording all of the stuff that we're doing. We're recording it upstairs. We've got a nice sound from the studio we've got upstairs. We've got a rehearsal hall next door where we've had a number of bands and artists to come over and rehearse over here. And I say we're about the best kept secret on Jefferson Street. I don't know of anybody else that's over here actually doing music and making things happen in the music business on Jefferson Street. There's a lot of things going on Music Row and other places around the city. But our thing is to bring the music, to bring the excitement, and to bring artists back to Jefferson Street, where it all started. Jefferson Street was producing music and artists and excitement before we went to Music Row. So now here we are, you know, and I want to be a part of the first to come and start or recreate that excitement that used to be on Jefferson, and looking forward to meeting and being a part of an organization that's really building this street through other businesses coming over here, publishing companies, writers, other studios. But my thing was not to just come over here and talk about what we can do on Jefferson Street or for Jefferson Street, but to come over here and actually do it and then talk about it. So here we are now talking about it, but we've got an album that we're about to release on Don Adams, and we've got a great song, single that we're about to release on Mary and James. And we've got a couple of other things cooking in the oven that we will talk about a little bit later on. But as far as now, we've created a music environment here on Jefferson Street with Jefferson Street Sound. So this is where we intend producing music. We intend making hit records. We intend developing other artists. And that's one of our big things, is to develop other artists from this particular venue. And I think that we can create another music industry or genre of music other than country and rock here in Nashville, and especially from Jefferson Street. And there's been a number of other folk with great ideas, and I'd like to join my ideas with some other great ideas, because I'm sure there's a lot of other folk that's putting things together for Jefferson Street, or has in mind to put together for Jefferson Street, whether it's a clothing store, or a record store, or a publishing company, or regardless of what, as long as it's bringing business and excitement back to Jefferson Street, because this is our sanctuary in this city as far as business is concerned, and that's Jefferson Street, and we're losing Jefferson Street. I don't want to see Jefferson Street lost. That's why I'm putting all that I have into making Jefferson Street a viable, historical street again.